So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
Hi everyone, today I want to talk about the housing affordability in what used to be one of the most livable towns or cities in the world, Melbourne. I'm not sure about that anymore, but the housing prices in Melbourne is gone through the roof. Now, I don't know who is fueling that. Is it the lack of demand? Is it competition? Is it foreign investment? Is it banks just throwing money all over the place? Is it cheap interest? Is it cheap finance? I'm not really sure about that, but there are a couple of issues that always burn me, always grind my gears, always get me ranting, and one of them is this. Yes, today things have altered since 30, 40 years ago, when we say things were easier than in the good old days in the 70s, 80s and 90s. But don't forget, we had the big recession then, the recession we had to have by our beloved Paul Keating. Anyway, today we've got youngsters that are more computer savvy, world savvy, great travellers. They seem to know everything. They've got everything at their fingertips. They drive better cars. Their parents are helping them out in a lot more ways. They're better educated. Most of them got university degrees or some sort of colleges or diplomas. Most of them even have specialised like PhDs and things. So most of the kids out there today have got a lot better education, a lot better opportunities than we did in the old days. Now, having said that, most kids today are living longer with their parents. Now that's understandable too. Now the average housing price in Melbourne these days is close to 680, 700,000 is the median price. Now 700,000 is a lot of money. Now you look at some of those properties, they're not worth that. Now if you bought a house 20 years ago in an area where I live, you would have probably paid for it 250. So 20 years ago to today, you're looking 700-800. This place is probably worth over $1 million. I don't live there anymore, but let's say I did, so from $250 to $1 million. Now where can you make that kind of money but investing smartly? Now, most of the kids today, they want to travel. They want to go to nice coffee shops. They want to go to restaurants. They want to spend time with their friends. They want to party. They want to travel overseas. They want to visit Mallorca. They want to go to Madagascar. They want to go to New York. They want to, introduction of this thing called the bucket list, from the stupid movie. The bucket list, and every man, his dog's got a bucket list. Never heard of a bucket list. It's just a wish list, right? But remember, wishes and desires, they cost money, and somebody's got to fund that. So most of the kids today have decided, well, I can't afford to buy a house, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend my time now. Most of them think that heaven and earth is here today, so you should have everything today, and then doesn't matter when you die what happens. Now, is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know, but can you imagine having everything today? Now, imagine you go to a shop, you go to a car dealer, and you go and get yourself the brand new Mercedes-Benz. $200 a week, you can afford it, you're there. Mercedes-Benz? I mean, my parents couldn't afford one. I'm sure your parents couldn't either. Maybe towards the end of their life when they're retired with some retirement money, they could buy it, but straight away. So I see all these young people, Audis, Volkswagens, Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, all these exotic cars straight away driving the street. They go to fancy restaurants, they eat all the time, they take pictures of foods and send it to their friends. Wow! They go to Bali, they go to all sorts of exotic places. I mean, wouldn't it be wiser if you stayed in Australia and learned a bit about Australia instead of travelling overseas immediately? So most of them are fancy free and footloose, not thinking about the future. Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. But let me tell you one thing. Housing affordability is, yes, it is not affordable. So therefore, sometimes and somewhere along the line, maybe we should buy a little bit further out of town at a cheaper price, and hopefully the value will increase over time. So every $1,000 that you have, you should be saving it to put something towards more worthwhile than just bludgeoning off your parents, spending time overseas, living with them on a little bungalow, etc., etc., etc. We've got someone not far from us here, one of our friends, they've built a separate 2-bedroom bungalow at the back of their house to house one of their kids because they can't afford to buy their own home. Now, yes, long time ago things were different. In my day, as soon as I saved a little bit of money, I bought something. I bought a unit, a house, or a block of land, or whatever I could lay my hands on, as long as I got in. Once you get in, things become easier. So my rant for today is, yes, housing affordability is not affordability, it's unaffordable. The government's constantly pushing, sell, sell. Real estate agents are ringing up, sell, sell, sell. If you sell in the high market, you're going to buy in a high market anyway. So you haven't achieved anything. So estate agents, give us a freaking break. And people, save a few grand, get a few government grants, put yourself into something that's humble, that's a start, even if it's a block of land somewhere, a small flat somewhere, just get your foot in the door. That's all my rant is for today. Yes, housing affordability is unaffordable, but guess what? If you start somewhere, you'll end up somewhere further down the track. Subscribe to my channel because I've got lots of things to say, and let me tell you, no one is safe.